In this video, me and JC2K are going to be doing a best cards tier list, and as you guys can see, we have 45 of the best cards in the game, and we are going to be ranking 25 of them on my video, and then later in the day, you guys will see a video from JC, and we'll do 20 more cards on his video. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section down below, some of your favorite cards in the game right now, and let me know what you guys would change about our tier list as well. But how are we doing, JC?
Pretty good. Excited to do this video, man. We did a tier list like this last year. We did part 1 on his channel, part 2 on mine, and excited to do this one as well. See what cards we agree on, what cards we disagree on, because I'm sure there's going to be some that we definitely disagree on as well. And you get 2 different perspectives from us on how good these cards are. But I think we're going to share a lot of opinions and have some different ones for sure. So excited to be here. Appreciate you having me on. Excited to do these videos for sure.
Yes, sir, man. Also, I'll leave a link to JC's, obviously, YouTube and Twitch. Make sure to drop him a follow and sub on YouTube. But yeah, let's just get right into the tier list. So AK-47 is going to be the first card. Now, if we're talking about the best cards in the game, I think he's still very solid, and I'm just going to go with B tier. I think he's a good defender all around, right? He can guard 1 through probably 4, and I think overall just a very good defender. Would you agree with B tier, or do you think he's a little higher or lower?
He's obviously elite defensively on the interior and the perimeter. His jumper is solid. He gets a lot of load-ups, which is annoying, but when he gets good timing on it, it's smooth, pretty fast, easy to green. I think he's good. I haven't looked too hard at this tier list in terms of what cards are on it so far, but I think B tier is probably fair because he's a really good 3 and D guy. Yeah,
no, I agree with that. I think Benedict Mathurin, you could maybe argue C tier, but I think he's actually a really good shooting guard. So I kind of think he's on the same level as AK for me. Like, I think offensively and just jump shot wise, I think he's probably up there with the best shooting guards in the game, jump shot wise.
He's got one of the best shooting guards in the game, period. He's got one of the best releases in the game, period.
Releases, yeah.
Regardless of position. I mean, he's right up there with guys like Tatum, Pippen, who have those really elite releases, Carmelo. But defensively, he's not great. He doesn't get extra badges because he's an Evo card.
Yeah, a little bit of liability.
I don't know.
B to C, yeah. We'll go low B tier.
B for now, I think.
Maybe move him down to C tier. I think Big Z, honestly, is A tier. It's weird. I like this card a lot sometimes, and sometimes I hate him because he's so slow. Are you kind of like mixed opinion too, or do you think he's kind of like a little lower?
I love his size. I love the fact he's got half anchor. I think his release is better than Sabonis. I think he's better than Sabonis overall.
I think he is too.
Opinion. His speed is incredibly frustrating.
So bad.
But if you're good defensively with your user, he's good enough to kind of make up for it. I think he is probably a top center. A to B, like, is he top 4 or 5 center? Probably. It's like
probably.
But again, he's kind of on that borderline, but I think A is probably fair.
Okay.
I kind of gotta agree with you on that one.
Yeah. Okay. So A. I think Blake also is an A tier. I mean, he could play the 4.
Nope.
You think B tier?
Nope. Yes, 100%.
Really?
Because you
don't like Blake anymore,
good, but it's not incredible. He's not elite at the 5 because he's so small, doesn't have a very good wingspan, and his release, it's not incredibly elite.
I just love this Blake card, but
his defensive stats are just not good.
Yeah, you're probably right, not gonna lie, because I'm thinking about the card, like, he's not a very good defender. He doesn't have the best of jump shots. He's good at going to the rim, but that's pretty much it, to be honest.
He doesn't have elite athleticism either. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like at the 4, he's not quite. He's going to struggle to keep up with your Jason Tatum, Carmelo, guys like that who are a little bit more versatile at the 4, even Larry Johnson. And then at the 5, he doesn't have the size to compete against the elite centers. So he's kind of a tweener, and he just doesn't have quite good enough stats to be elite at either position.
I think high B tier though is pretty fair ranking.
I think that's definitely fair for sure.
Chris Bosh, I don't think. Okay, by the way, guys, S tier is our top 5 cards in the game. I don't think Chris Bosh is a top 5 card in the game, but I think he's kind of borderline. He's a very good power forward or center. He can run power forward or center and be pretty elite at both positions, right? Really good stretch big. He's got good size. He can play decent defense. So I think he's very high A tier. I think you could argue borderline S tier.
Yeah, he missed. He said top 5. He meant top 10. We got.
Oh, did I say top 5? Yeah, top 10.
You said top 5, but it's cool. But I agree. Bosh is right outside that top 10. I'd take him over Big Z. I think he's definitely A. But there are 2 centers that I personally would take over him. We'll see if Evan agrees. But I think A is probably really fair for Bosh. He's an amazing card though. Ran him in 250. He's elite.
We are getting some really good cards to start off this tier list. Like, I think Carmelo is another A tier card. I mean, at least at the small forward position, he's definitely undersized for power forward. You could maybe run him at the 4 for like a pick and pop type of player. But at the small forward position, I mean, he's got the I don't know if I would say the best release in the game, but 1000% the fastest release. And he's a guaranteed wide, like if he's wide open in the corner or if he's got that little bit of separation, it's a super fast jump shot to get off. So even if there's a little bit of contest, I feel like Carmelo knocks down so many catch and shoot jump shots. I think at the small forward position, defensively, obviously not the best. So you're gonna need some good defenders around him. But I think that jump shot you just have to have in your lineup.
This is a controversial take, but I'd put him in S tier. I'm not
Really?
kidding.
See, I was thinking
think
that
his release
too. I was
is
thinking that
so
too.
good. I started him at the 4 in qualifiers. And I'm starting in the 4 in competitive as well. He plays so well next to a guy like Cade as well, who's not quite as good of a shot creator. We'll get to Cade later, but he's obviously, I mean, Cade's an incredible card, and I think he plays so well next to a guy like Cade, and I love his jump shot off the pick and pop. It's my opinion.
I think we'll go S tier, and then maybe we'll see if we see like, 10 other better cards. But I think S tier is pretty fair. I kind of have him like 11 or 12, I think, on my list, kind of around that area. Pink Diamond Curry, though, I mean, it's a hard one. Like, if you're playing against a bum, a guy who has no idea what he's doing, he probably is like an S tier card or an A tier card. But if you play someone who has some sort of defense and knows what they're doing, I mean, I think he's kind of C tier. Would you agree, or you have him at least B tier?
I'd put him C unless you're playing him next to Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, but that's such a niche thing. If you're using him next to specifically Wilt, he's a top 2 point guard.
And good defenders.
Outside of that, he's going to struggle because he's not a good defender. And he's just not a great slasher, and slashing PGs are so crucial right now. Doesn't have very good size, really short wingspan, not a good player build. He's C tier in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, we'll go C tier. I think I agree with that. Now, Ant, I think Ant's very good. I'm leaning kind of towards high B tier or low A tier. So I'm just gonna put him at high B tier and see what you think. So you go low A or B?
I'd go A.
I'd go A. Okay, I was thinking that too.
Solid, smooth release, capable defender, elite athlete. I like him a lot.
I like Ant a lot too. Jalen Green, I mean, you could even argue D tier.
I might consider D.
Yeah, I think
his jumper's not elite and he doesn't play defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna go D tier. I mean, he's okay offensively, at least going to the basket. Jump shot not the best, and defense is pretty much of a liability. J.R. Smith, this is a tough one. I think it's either going to be high C tier or low B. I like a guy like Benedict more than him, but I don't really know if they're on the same level. So I would go C. I think that's where I'm gonna go.
If he didn't have that absolutely horrible streak ball size up, I think he might be B tier. But he doesn't move well enough in the half court to justify B, despite the fact his release is good and he's not a very good defender. He's C. I agree.
Yeah, I think C. Now this one might be a little controversial. I'm not sure if you would agree with this, but you're definitely not gonna agree with this. But I'm gonna go Jason Kidd in B tier. I don't know. I just think
exactly where I was gonna.
Really?
Put him. That's
okay.
Exactly
Wow.
where
I thought you were gonna have in C tier. Okay. Yeah. I mean, defensively, just insane.
Normal leaner, jumper solid. He can't dunk, but he's got great size and he's a really good defender.
Like,
he's a solid card.
I'd take him over Curry any day of the week. Even against a guy that's, I mean, maybe like against a bum or someone who's no idea what they're doing, then I'd probably take Curry. But everybody else, I would definitely take Jason Kidd at that one.
In competitive, there's no.
Definitely.
I'm definitely taking Kidd.
D Mitch. This is a tough one. I think I still have him as a top 5 card, or top 10 card, but I don't think you do. So for me, I think I would put him in S tier, but I don't think you would. Would you have him top 10?
It's 2 or 3 point guards I'd take over him. As good as he is,
you're gonna have him low A tier.
I just can't justify putting him over
or
a couple
tier.
of the guys we'll get to later. So for me, I think he's A tier.
Okay,
he's a very good card, but I gotta go A.
Okay, yeah, we'll go high A tier and then see. We'll probably like later in the video on JC's channel we'll like fix up S tier. So for now we'll go high A tier. I would have him very low S tier, like he'd be number 9 or number 10 on my list. So we'll go high A tier, kind of meet JC in the middle there. Looking at Iguodala, definitely an S tier card for me. I don't know if you like I mean, Iguodala is
my favorite
insane.
all-around shooting guard in the game.
He's insane. I think he's the best shooting guard in the game right now. I think it's definitely close to some other guys, but just what he gives you on defense, has a solid jump shot. Obviously, it's not insane, but there's no really good shooting guard jump shots. Like when you look at guys like Vince. Vince is pretty solid, but MJ, Jaylen Brown, those guys don't have the best of jump shots. So Iguodala, an amazing defender, while being a decent offensive card. I think he also can move with the ball a little bit, and he can drive to the basket as well. So I mean, yeah, he's got to be S tier for me.
I love the fact that his SIGs are solid. Like he's got a pretty good size up MJ dribble style, comes with some solid playmaking badges, even handles for days. So he's a good secondary ball handler. One of the best defensive cards in the game. Incredible defensive animations. Really good on the interior as well. He's got a great player build. He's a great card. He's my favorite shooting guard right now.
Yeah. Okay. So Dyson. Now Dyson's a really tricky one because I think I gotta go low B tier, but I really want to put him in C tier. But I think he does provide a good amount of size at the 1, so I would go low B tier. Are you thinking the same, or?
I'd put him C. I love his size, but the no quick first step is killer. He's an amazing defender, but his 3-point shot is really low. I know he's got a fast release, and
but it's still hard to green those
that much. The rating doesn't matter that much, but you're not going to green consistently with anything that's not wide open with him, and he doesn't have the playmaking badges to create those wide open shots. So for me, as much as he plays defense, he doesn't do enough offensively to put him higher than C, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay, this is another tricky one. Steve Francis, because he's obviously a really good slasher, but jump shot just lets him down a lot, and defensively, I don't think he's the best. I want to have him B tier because I do think his rim running ability is super elite, but I think honestly C tier might be fair. Gordon Hayward, I don't know if you like this card that much, but I do think he's A tier. I think he's honestly a top... You could argue over Kawhi, but I think he's for sure a top 4 or 5 small forward in the game. So I'm gonna go A tier. I mean, I'd take him over Ant at the 3. Definitely wouldn't take him over Carmelo, but I think either high B tier or low.
I haven't used the card.
You haven't used them?
I'll go with your opinion. Haven't used them at all.
Low A tier, I think, is pretty fair, but high B, like definitely B tier for sure. But I think low A tier, you could definitely make the argument for. So looking at Ja Morant, he was like the best point guard in the game for a little bit. I think he's still got to be an A tier because I'm looking at the point guards in here. He's definitely better than Kidd, definitely better than Francis. I think just card wise, he would probably be like point guards a top 3 or 4 point guard in the game for me.
The fact that you're even considering putting him in B tier is crazy to me.
Really? Yeah.
I would almost argue S. The problem is there are 2 point guards in the game right now that I think are definitively better than him.
Cade and Wade, right?
That being said, Ja is right at the top. Russ and Cade, we'll get to them later. But I think Russ and Cade are better than Ja. Outside of those 2 guys, there's not a better point guard in the game right now. I would take him over Donovan. So
that's true. Jaylen Brown, this card has dropped a lot for me. I do still think he's super elite, and I kind of want to go low A tier, but I would not be mad at putting him high B tier. Where would you have him?
His release
it's so bad. It's so bad.
It's
and,
so
if you look at his stats,
he actually does everything else really well.
He does everything else really well, but not as well as a guy like Iggy at the 2. Like Iggy's a much better defender. He's got a better jump shot. Yep. So I mean, for that shooting guard position for a lockdown, you kind of just need better defense and a better release. So I'd say, you think B tier? I'd say kind of high B tier, but I think B tier is kind of fair.
I think he does everything except for shoot at a really high level, and the release is super smooth and easy to green. It's just too slow. It's frustrating.
Yeah, okay. Joel Embiid. Now, I do like this card a lot, but I don't think you do. So I would have him in A tier. I think he's the 2nd best center in the game, but I do think you disagree with that, right? You don't like Embiid?
I think he's the 3rd best center.
3rd, you have
maybe even 4th, because you could consider taking him over Bosch. I think McHale and KG are better.
You're going McHale, okay.
McHale's a dog.
Yeah, he is very good.
I was so impressed. That card is so good. I think he's A. I think A is really good. He's underrated though. His release.
Yeah, no, he's very underrated. Very underrated card. Jokic, I mean, next card, I guess. I mean, where do you want to put Kawhi? I'm not even talking.
I agree.
I don't want.
Yeah, Jokic is
Kawhi Leonard, A tier. I mean, past years, I mean, I think Kawhi's S tier. Like, Kawhi's always been an S tier card. I've never thought of a year, at least an early game, that Kawhi's not an S tier, especially when he gets that like first diamond or pink diamond. Like, this might be the first year that I don't think he's a top 10 card in the game when he came out. Do you like Kawhi a lot? I feel like a lot of people aren't liking Kawhi as much as they usually do.
The difference with Kawhi this year and in previous years, his release is an elite. Every year when we get a Kawhi in 2K20, 2K21, 2K22, his release is like right there with the best releases in the game. The Ray Allen base, the high release point, it's just so good. This year, it's just not quite that good. It's still incredibly easy to green, but it's not super fast this year.
This is tough. I think he is a top he's a top 10 card, right? Because he's the 2nd best power forward.
I was hoping you'd say yes. I agree.
Yeah, no, I think S tier because I would have Worthy over him at the 4, but I think right after Worthy, he's the 2nd best power forward in the game. So, and just his ability to score on the offensive end, plays good defense, but him just going to the basket, I swear he literally never gets blocked. So, Sean Kemp for me,
is incredible.
His release is insane.
Release is so good,
especially for a power forward.
His release has been horrible this year. It's so smooth.
Yeah, Larry Johnson. Now this is another interesting one in my opinion. I'm leaning. I want to go B tier, but I do think you're going to say A tier. I think on my list, I would go B tier, like very high B tier. But are you going to say A?
I'm shocked at how much we're agreeing because I was going to go B as well.
Really? Okay, yeah, we're agreeing on a lot more stuff than I thought we would.
I'm actually shocked at how much we're agreeing. I agree with B.
Yeah, okay, Larry Johnson and B. I don't even want your opinion on this because, I mean, we all know where he's going, but...
He's the best player in the NBA, but his cards in 2K blow.
Yeah, okay.
It's so disappointing. I'm the biggest Luka fan in the world. His cards are so bad
this year.
In the year. They're always good at the end of the year, but early in the year, they always suck. And that, he might be the worst card on this list.
Yeah, Luka is definitely down there. And then last card for my video, guys, is going to be Pink Diamond McHale. I think you might have him in the top 10. Actually, no, I don't think you do. No?
I do. Yeah, I think he's...
You do, really? I have him high A tier. I don't have him in my top 10. I did a top 10 video, I think, a couple days ago. I think actually, 2 days ago, I did my top 10 cards. And I don't think he was in there. So for me, I would go Kevin McHale A tier. Why do you think he's like super elite? Just for people that don't know.
I actually want to explain this. So I'm pulling it up on 2KDB real quick. I'm going to give my pitch for Kevin McHale.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Statistically, he's not insane, but he's got good speed. 76 speed in Excel isn't bad for a center. An 83 shot 3. His release looks ugly, but it's actually one of the faster releases we have from big men in the game. I know he's only 6'10", but he's got an 8-foot wingspan.
That's what I was gonna say. It's the wingspan. Ridiculous. That's for me why he's so good.
And he has a big player build as well. He plays way bigger than 6'10", especially with that wingspan. Hoff drop stepper, Hoff post spin, and then Hoff anchor, interceptor, challenger, post.
He's got anchor on Hoff,
game, especially anchor, challenger, and interceptor. All 3 of those are elite, and he has those 3 on Hoff.
Yeah, no, Kevin McHale, I think he's high A tier. You could argue obviously S tier. JC, made very valid points. I kind of starting to agree with him a little bit there on the top 10, but we'll leave him a high A tier for now. And then yeah, like I said guys, we'll be doing the second part of the video. As you guys can see, there's still a bunch of really good cards left on this tier list, so make sure go click on the link down below on JC's channel and look out for that video later in the day. Maybe it's already out when you guys are watching this. Make sure, like I said, go drop him a follow on YouTube and go drop him a follow on Twitch, or a sub on YouTube and a follow on Twitch. But hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to drop a like and sub down below on this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.